Welcome back to the Final Lap Weekly. My name is Kerry Murphy. I'm a longtime NASCAR media member and syndicated radio host of all things The Final Lap. Our co-host for the show, Toby Christie, founder and editor-in-chief at TobyChristie.com. We are beginning this segment with our YouTube segment. It's weird. Usually we do something in the middle and we record it and we have these weird, awkward starts and stops. But this time, we're kicking things off with YouTube.com/Final Lap Radio.
Yeah, we're changing things up, man. We're going to give it a fresh feel here.
Now, this happened last week, but we had already recorded our show, so we couldn't really get into it. Of course, NASCAR releasing officially the look and feel and all that kind of stuff for the NextGen NASCAR, which is going to drop next year. All three manufacturers showing off their wares. And I got to say, I like the Ford the best. That thing just looks really sharp.
It does. I mean, they did a heck of a job with it. Obviously mirrored it after the Shelby Cobra model that's out there. But, man, it looks... Like you said, it's the best looking one, and I think that was the consensus all over social media as well.
And the racing stripe along the side, that's exactly the look I was going to do to my car. So now I have an example.
Well, there you go. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The Camaro looks pretty good. I mean, it kind of looks like what the Camaro looks like now.
For
they
sure.
widened it out a little bit. The car's a little wider, which is nice. But yeah, looks pretty good.
I think actually the big takeaway on the look and feel of the cars is they really, truly do look like the ones you can buy now, which really hasn't been until these new cars that's the case. Usually they kind of sort of look like them, but these really do look like production models.
Yeah, they made a big step forward in that with the 6th gen. This new next gen, though, the greenhouse is a little bit shorter. Cars are a little bit wider. Really gives it that real car feel and look when you look at it. There's a lot of cool features on it with the diffuser underneath and everything like that, which will be interesting. The step spoiler or the step splitter, so the car doesn't completely suck to the ground. I'm pretty excited to see how this thing races because we also don't have a flattened side of the car either. So the side force will be gone that these guys are used to. The little the comfort zone they're used to having on the right side of the car.
Right.
That won't be there. So you'll be seeing a lot of guys kind of losing it a lot more. So it'll be interesting. The bumpers, the rear bumpers, by the way, are rounded off now. So that's going to make bump drafting at super speedway races pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work anymore. So there's a lot of interesting things with these cars that when you start kind of looking at it, you get the sequential transmission as well. That's going to be different for these guys. There's a lot of things, and it's pretty interesting.
One of the things I noticed, tailpipes on both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. And then you also have I guess those are more diffuser outlets there as well. But, it's interesting, man. It's going to be totally different.
They look, obviously... The tailpipe area looks more protected as well, like it couldn't cut down a tire.
Yeah, it feels like it's actually built into that whole diffuser section that goes under the car.
Right.
Which is really cool. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing here are really cool. Stuff we've never seen really in NASCAR. Usually it's just kind of things are all loose and there it is and something hits it and that's it and you're KO'd for the day. So it looks like there's a lot more it looks like the cars are going to be more durable to me.
For sure. And the other thing that's a big takeaway is they seem to have built future upgrades into the car with some forward thinking. And what I mean by that is they were talking about the gearing, and the quote that really struck me and is going to have some people, their feathers are going to be ruffled, quote, the ability to incorporate electrification.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and they've been pretty transparent about this the whole way, is that is what they're hoping for, is to kind of go hybrid. So, part gas, part electric.
Right.
You're very familiar with it, Kerry.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and what that would do is, so you have a 550 horsepower gasoline motor. The electric part of things, the hybrid thing, would give you that little extra horsepower to get you up to 650, 750, whatever it is that they're wanting the target's going to be.
So is it going to be like a push-to-pass situation, or is it going to work together?
Well, that's the thing. We don't really know. And there's a lot of different avenues they can go with it. I would think that, especially these tracks where it's really hard to pass, they'd want to incorporate push-to-pass kind of style of thing, where you get a little bit extra juice to kind of pull off those passes where maybe the aerodynamics aren't quite letting it happen. If that ends up being the case with this car in the first year of trying it out or something like that, that at least gives you another avenue to pull off some of these passes where you're close, but maybe some kind of air disturbances ruining the chance of possibly getting around the car.
Right. Now, I mean, the writing's on the wall. You got Ford coming out with the Mach-E, which, regardless of what you think about using the Ford name, it has people talking about it, and it's a badass looking car. I mean, it looks amazing. On May 19th, I think it is, Ford is going to be showing off their Ford F-150 Lightning Edition, which I guess is going to be electric. There's rumors of a hybrid electric Corvette in the works. I mean, so these manufacturers are kind of going all in with this electric stuff, so it only makes sense that they're going to build that future upgrade ability into these cars.
Well, I mean, the first car was electric anyway.
Well, yeah, most people don't know that, though. Absolutely.
So,
and I can tell you firsthand, I've been driving electric cars since 2014. They are so incredibly fast, so incredibly fun to drive.
Well, if you've ever driven a golf cart or something like that, as soon as you push that gas, you're at full bore. Like there's no weird.
I mean, people like to use the golf cart analogy, but if you drive a real electric car, oh my gosh, it's not even close to a golf cart. I mean, they are just so fast. It's pretty cool. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to incorporate this into NASCAR, if it's going to be like a push-to-pass situation or a hybrid situation, or maybe at the end of a fuel run they use this to save gas. They throw it into electric.
You never know.
I mean, there's several options there, I think.
Yeah. Obviously, you won't be going full electric for a while until batteries are able to allow you to get through a full race distance, I would imagine.
No, I fully agree with that. So those that, feathers are getting ruffled, don't worry about it. It's probably 10 years off, in my opinion. I'm heavily into the electric scene. I know everything going on with that. And if you have I know there's Formula E, but it's a little different with a stock car. They're going full out. They're not road courses. It's I think we're a while off.
The Formula E races are quite a bit shorter as well. So if they're looking at doing that in NASCAR, the race distances would definitely have to shrink.
Definitely. So if you have a full battery, let's say it's a 250-mile range battery on a car, I bet you'd get 5 or 6 laps going 200 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
So we're a little ways off from that.
Just a little bit.
Don't worry too much.
But it's impressive. It's impressive what they've gotten out of those things in the production models now these days. From where they first started, you would get like maybe 10 to 15 miles.
Oh, for sure.
And now it's just insane. It's crazy.
It's no problem. No problem at all. All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell on youtube.com/Final Lap Radio. We truly appreciate every single one that is subscribing, and hopefully we'll get more and more. And we'll just
down here,
keep building on it.
It's right in this one.
Right there. So now I got to somehow figure that out. Thanks, Toby. All right. We'll see you next week.